Yeah, we are officially live now. So yeah, it takes a little bit for some people. Like it's always PBS guys. Like Mark had trouble tonight.
Yeah, it's fucking racist. Well, I do every time you send me the damn link. Since you sent it to me, I hit join, and it's just there spinning thing, and then it popped up like, oops, shit ain't gonna go through. Try again.
Well,
so, I don't know.
The government's doing this weird thing where like they're limiting everybody's internet right now too. So that might be a problem also.
Damn, Verizon just gave me and my family an extra 15 gigs of data because of it.
See, like some of these companies doing badass shit right now. Like some companies helping people out. But
yeah, I get more gig time to watch porn.
That's awesome. So let's go ahead and introduce you who you are. Like most everybody knows who you are anyway. Jason Mann, captain of Paintball Soldiers out of Statesville, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
He's a team captain, game producer, charitable guy. You know, all about doing events for people, like for helping out the needy. I say bad things about him sometimes, but I don't mean it because he's a nice guy, even though he wears a skull mask.
I'm an asshole to boot. It's okay.
You're an asshole, but you're an asshole that cares, and that's kind of strange. So
yeah, it is. I'm too nice at times.
Yeah, it's all right though. I mean, it happens. Being nice is nice. People like you. Like everybody likes to give you a hard time because they like you so much. That's how.
That's what it is. So when we're on the same team and my own teammates are fucking shooting at me when I'm behind a bunker, they just doing it because they love me, right?
Yes, it is. That's the way you show love. Like Slossman shot me in the back last year to start the game off for Volta. I'm pretty sure that guy loves me.
Oh, I've been shot by Kraken numerous times. Guys on PBS all the time shooting at me. Stalker Steve. Let's see who else. Mustard shot me. Got bones and ashes. So yeah, I feel love.
Yeah, it's a form of love, man. Like everybody wants to like, hey, look, it's me. So how are you surviving in this post-apocalyptic world?
Well, let's see. Got up early today. Had some diarrhea to clean up from my fucking dogs shitting in the house. So that's great. I think they may have the corona. I don't know. Got the car inspected, then did a little grocery shopping. Had to go to 2 different stores to get some TP. But we're good. We got it.
You actually found toilet paper? Damn.
Yeah, we had to go to Walmart, and actually they were sold out, but my wife was still looking around for other stuff, and they started rolling some out. We went over there and tackled the guy and got some. But now we got all the, we got all the essentials. We didn't go overboard and whatnot. But we both found out yesterday, since we're getting quarantined on starting Monday, but both of our jobs, what we do, we are deemed essential.
Oh yeah.
So I had this little piece of paper. So when I start speeding through lights, I'm gonna fuck with some police. They're like, "Where you going?" I'm gonna show that piece of paper in their face. Be like, "I'm important."
Like National Guard's gonna pull you over. Like, "Hey, what you doing?" "I got paper."
They got papers, and not rolling papers, legit papers.
It reminds me of a scenario back in the 40s, and yeah. Got to have papers across lines.
We're doing good. I got 2 kids, and they've been out of school, so we're having to play teacher as well. God help my kids, but
that's a damn full-time job in itself.
Yeah, man. Tell you, man, kids, I swear they got more homework than what we had when we were young. So.
Oh yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like my ex used to live here, and like the homework he would bring home, like he was only like 6 or 7 years old when he's here. Like bring home homework. I'm like, really? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, my 13-year-old, she's in 6th grade. Her shit's all on a laptop that the school provides. And my youngest 6-year-old, she's in 1st grade. She's just got a lot of like worksheets and stuff. But the math that they're teaching the kids at 1st grade is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like guessing answer and everything.
Well, I mean, it's nothing like I remember, man. Like I'm like 1st grade, all you need to do is learn how to add and subtract.
Yeah,
that's it. Like I'm like doing like small equations and like. A fucking train leaves at fucking 12 o'clock from Seattle going 100 miles an hour and shit. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's something we didn't tackle until later on in life. Like, it was all easy shit.
I was like, you're gonna need that shit.
You got a cell phone now. You don't have to worry about like doing equations. Cell phone will tell you all answers.
Exactly. That's what I told her. I was like, oh, math homework here. I got a calculator on my phone.
Yeah, like
So,
us growing up, they're like, you'll never have a calculator on you at all times. Bullshit. Now we do.
shoot, dude, I remember cheating at times. I had the little watch with the calculator on it back in the day. Yeah, buddy.
Those are the
Other
best.
than that, man, playing teacher, still working. Ain't nothing stopped normal for me, man. Making money. Just bored as hell on weekends now with no paintball.
Yeah, like, it's a good thing you still got a job. Like a lot of people, like I've already talked to like a couple people on this podcast don't have jobs. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Like Hudson lost his job.
A couple months. You lost yours?
No, Hudson did. Hudson Skinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to old Logic on Mac McInerney yesterday. He lost his old stalker Steve. He works construction, and they shut down in Tennessee. He said no more working right now. So,
Damn.
and of course, Tyler in the field shut down.
Yeah. I saw Pete said something about they're doing some field work instead of actually working.
Yeah, I tried to talk to Tyler. Matter of fact, I talked to him today. He was about to go fishing.
Damn.
I was like, yo, man, how much is it going to cost me for me and a couple buddies, per se, to go to the field tomorrow to play some paintball? So all we need is some air.
Yeah.
And $500. I said, oh, hell no, never mind.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and play in my backyard.
Yeah, I know. I got just enough air to maybe for like a game and a half, but that's good enough. So,
Yeah, it's something.
yeah, man, everybody on the team, we're all bored and just itching to go out and do something.
Yeah, it's getting kind of rough right now. Like, they're canceling the Carolina Field Owners Association games, and like NXL is getting closed down. Like I know Command Decisions postponed a couple games. It's just getting rough.
Yeah, I know. Like I talked to Flip earlier in the week. I think they had a 3-man this weekend at PBC COFA, but I figure if that does happen, I'm sure it probably did this weekend. They'll be shut down come Monday. There ain't gonna be nothing else going on. But
That tournament got canceled.
this weekend it did.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's getting rescheduled or not, but it's not going on this weekend. I can tell you that. Like they had to talk to like the city council or something. And, like they're allowed to be open. They're allowed to be open a little bit for like private parties, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And man, you got movie theaters shut down, bowling alleys, skating rings. Man, ain't shit to do.
You can't go to the barber. What the fuck?
Huh?
You can't go to the barber right now either. Like
I know, man. I need a haircut or something here.
all the barber shops, like salons and massage parlors, they're closed down. So you can't get a happy ending anywhere.
Shit, I got a rat tail starting to form, man. I gotta get a cut.
I get a haircut every 2 weeks, and like it's gonna get ridiculous by the time it's over with.
Yeah, absolutely. How you been holding up?
Man, shit, I got a busted knee, so it's not really affecting me right now. Like I was gonna stay home anyway. Like I'm waiting on a second opinion from a surgeon because the radiologist and my ortho doctor said my knee's just pretty much fucked and I got torn meniscus. And then my surgeon said, "No, you're good, man. You're good. You can keep on going." So I got to schedule a second appointment Monday because I need to like be able to like start being able to do stuff again. Like I miss Bones and Ashes because of the knee. It sucks. It's the first Bones and Ashes I've missed.
Yeah.
But you were there.
You're breaking up a little bit, man. I don't know if it's my phone or yours.
It's probably this internet you go messing around. Are we good now?
I'm trying to be pleased. Yeah, it's like every once in a while you kind of go in and out.
Well, I talk really fast too, so that's probably a problem. Like
Is that what it is?
I got to slow down my words sometimes. So
Yeah.
you went to Bones and Ashes, right?
Yes, sir.
And what'd you think of that game?
Let's hope DJ ain't listening.
He can listen.
No. The field is dope. I love Black Ops. DJ's games though, me personally, I just think they're priced really high. But for good reasons, because usually he does bring the numbers. So I mean, I think he said it was like 500, but maybe close to it.
Yeah. 500 is a game.
This paint shot great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot 5-star both days, and I didn't have a problem. I finally started boring my paint.
Nice.
So I didn't win this year. Well, sure as hell wasn't no pro shard, that's for sure.
I like the Pro Char. Like I had one. I had one of the only guns out there that wasn't screwing up. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I know. Rubbing that in our faces. But I was gonna say, but Bones and Ashes overall, man, it was a good time. I mean, obviously we was a little preoccupied with the incident that happened Friday night.
Yeah.
Some people are aware of.
Yeah.
So that kind of put a damper on our spirit per se, our mood. But rather than that, I mean, we were still with family team. We had FEMA camp set up. We lost half of it though on Friday.
Damn.
Friday was just a bad day, man. We had all that shit set up, and a big ass gust of wind just come and ripped half of it down. Trying to fix it, Jalil sliced his hand open. And vehicles were left on and lights and shit died. But we kept it together, man, and still had a good time. Still had a good time.
Camping at Black Ops during Bones and Ashes is like the most dangerous time to camp ever. Like that one year we went, like your tent got turned upside down, and like we got flooded out. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if there's only one thing I could advise the DJs, like change the damn weekend in March. That weekend sucks. Like do it the weekend before, do it the weekend after. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it didn't rain this time, so that was great. But it just was super ass windy. One of those things.
You have to get there early and get in that tree line. Like the tree line saves a lot of wind from hitting you. And once you're there, you got like
that's where Flip was trying to get, but obviously that shit was already taken up.
Oh
so
yeah,
we were stuck.
Yeah, you gotta get there. You gotta get there like on Thursday or something, like just to stake your claim, because as we the first year we did it by the road, because we were like, oh, it's gonna be easier to get everywhere from here, and like the wind and those damn semis coming by. Every time a semi came by, we thought we were gonna get blown down. But we went to the tree line. The next couple games went there, and like it was a lot better. But you had to get there early.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, man, it was still a good time. I mean, we got our ass kicked, and I produced the game for 7 years with a 3-faction team, so I know how people probably hate that. So here I was, a part of one. I just thought the third faction was kicking our ass most of the day.
Yeah, their third faction is weird. Like your third faction was like they were always on the field, like they're always doing something. So you kind of knew what they were doing, because you like, okay, well they were over at Alpha earlier, so they haven't left it. We haven't seen them, so they're probably still Alpha. But the Bones and Ashes third team's like they can just pop up anywhere.
And that stupid ass mobile respawns as soon as you get it. Like if you was going for, DJ's game was all about slapsticks, so they're all over the field. Like we were going for one slapstick, it was like 43, and it was in the middle of fucking nowhere in the swamp area.
Yeah.
Up there, and that's where the third party was, Char.
Yep.
And they had their mobile respawn at the damn flag station, so every time we shot them, they just walked back to it, tagged it, and it was like fucking waste of time.
Yeah, there was times before games we just like we were going for a slapstick, and like I was like, look guys, we ain't gonna make it. We might as well go somewhere else. Like just give this up. If the other team wants it, they can fight for it. We'll just walk away.
Yeah.
That's what.
Overall, it was fun, and then the final battle was good. I didn't get to play the final battle 2 years ago. So I enjoyed that, man. That was good times.
DJ's final battles, like the CPX final battles, are always just straight up fun. Like it's a paint fest. You'll shoot more in the final battle than you will the whole game.
Oh yeah, and half of it's all blind fire, and you're just shooting across the way.
Oh yeah.
And you're trying to run, you just boom, you get shot in the face. You don't know where the fuck it came from.
But you have Fireball and Mark on your side, and those two guys will do whatever it takes to hit that damn slapstick.
Yeah, we didn't have Fireball this year. We had Mark, but none of us. I made it to the 50. I think me and Mark got the closest to the flag, but we didn't get it. Yeah, we didn't make it in time.
Usually, if you tell one of those two guys to hit that flag, they will like bust their ass to get to that damn flag.
Oh yeah.
Like that's all you got. Like anytime I'm in a situation where like I need somebody to do something, I call one of those two guys, and they'll give whatever they can to do it.
Oh yeah.
So what's next on your paintball agenda if stuff does not get canceled?
Well, next would be the BBC game, the Axis versus Allies game for Savage.
Oh yeah.
Marcus be the general versus Rob.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get clearance to go play that. After that, probably take a month or two off, maybe do a little practice at the command, and I think we're gonna do the Art of War again at
extreme combat.
Raleigh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we had some shit happen last year. We weren't too happy about it, but it is another field to play at, and I'm kind of getting burnt out at command like other people are as well.
Well, I mean, you got to support every other field you can, just so they can get bigger and do better. And I told Rob the other day, like, Rob's on the podcast, like, Extreme Combat's got an awesome center castle that you go for, and then that city behind it is amazing. Like, the field's nice. I like the field. Like, the Yellow Jackets, though, on the other hand, I didn't like those too much. Those damn things.
Well, remember Borderlands with all the damn poison ivy?
Let's not talk about that anymore. That shit tore me up.
But Venom's Field, they supported me through the years of Walking Dead, so I always think fit that we go and support their field and their game.
Oh yeah.
I know in the summertime it's hot as balls, but at least most of their field is shady.
Oh yeah, like it's
shady. So,
it's a real.
That's supposed to be in like mid-July, I believe, 14th, I think.
Yeah, it's somewhere on there. I think I don't have the exact date on me, but yeah, I think somewhere on there. Like,
and then so after July, let's see, August. I'm not doing Walking Dead this year, taking the year off, and I think we're gonna try to gear up in his Super game. I think that's the end of August, I believe.
Yeah, it's a Super game of Maryland.
Yeah, Super game Maryland. Me and a couple of guys plan to go for that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go that one for a couple of years now. It's supposed to be a really good game. Whole ton of people show up.
Yeah.
But like, I think
go ahead.
I think my next one, like, RFP is doing EMR, which that's Castle Frontlines. It's only 25 cents registration and free camping. So if anybody wants to knock like a bucket list field off their list, this is the time to go.
What month is that?
That is in May.
That's right. That's good.
Yeah,
has it been canceled yet?
No, it hasn't been canceled yet. I think they're canceling everything like to like the midpoint of April right now.
Yeah.
Because they're saying like basically like within 2 weeks from now, either we're gonna quote unquote flatten the curve, or pretty much everybody's gonna have coronavirus anyway, and it's gonna be one of those things where you survive it, you get better, you build an immunity, and then life goes on.
Yeah.
So hopefully about mid-April, May sometime, life gets back to normal.
Yeah, I hope so.
And then then we can all go to the beach and have that fucking dreaded Legends time. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I'm skipping dreaded this year. It's end of June. He moved it, and if the beaches are open and shit, that's like hot all the time for hotels. But plus, we take a family vacation at the end of June, end of May, 1st of June.
Yeah.
So we still kind of waiting. So I'm gonna just go ahead and X out dreaded this year. I mean, we went last year. I mean, it was cool, but that field is too small. I mean, it's kind of like instant action, but most of that shit was swamped the fuck out. And I think I've heard they've been doing some stuff to it. Yeah, and that's great. But honestly, I don't want to give DJ that kind of money twice a year.
they got DJ posted they got rid of the swamp at Black Ops. So that deep mud that was making people lose shoes, it's gone. So
well, I'd have to see pictures first.
Yeah, so like that's a good thing. Like, yeah, that field is small, like, but I like the small part of the field. You know, it's constant battle the whole time. Like it made me happy. It made me happy. Like just being at the beach makes me happy. So I was just like I was having a good time no matter what. And then I made me.
I don't.
Yeah.
Good.
No, you go ahead then.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I know I'm not gonna be able to make it. So I don't know if any of the other squad is gonna go. I think everybody kind of feels the same about giving DJ money once a year.
Yeah. See, like the games are more expensive to go CPX games. I agree with that, but like I have not been to a CPX game that I didn't have a good time at. And like there's been plenty of games up other places that I've like paid money for and hated every minute of the game. So
I get it.
I'll throw down a little bit of money just to go to a CPX game. But like like I say, there's been games here like you start playing, you're like, this is bullshit, I hate it, but I'm gonna keep playing just because I paid.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean I ain't really trying to hate on the dude.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's what he does for a living, business. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean I'm also cheap at the same time.
Yeah.
And I got family and kids and shit.
Like that's the only good thing.
The best game for me and for the team in general. You know what I mean? I mean everybody would love to go play every game. I get that, but we don't always have the money or the time off for work or yada yada. So it's better to skip some games. Like if you're only gonna like show up like 5 people in a game, it's better to skip that game so the next game you can bring 20. I get that. But yeah, but at the same time, if 5 guys want to go, then go.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I ain't gonna stop you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to go, then squad up, go, represent, have a good time, take some pictures, kick some ass.
Yeah, just get drunk.
Absolutely, that's a necessity.
I made a land shark tree last year, so it was pretty awesome.
You made a what?
I made a tree into a land shark decoration because I was drinking so much in the field.
Oh.
It was a good time. That field will always have a spot in my heart because that's the one field that Kraken came out so pissed off at me and wanted to fight. Like I've never had anybody that mad at me in my entire life that just wanted to fight me for playing paintball. And it was like I think
a whole nother episode about how many people you pissed off.
Well, like I think me and him both like it was an intense moment. Neither one was like in the moment you don't know who each other are. And like once we realized who each other was, we're like, all right, cool. You're an asshole. And he's like, you're an asshole. And like we just walked away because we knew each other. And like, but like it was one of those moments where if we didn't know each other, it probably could have gone south. But it was a good time. Like. I was talking to him about the other day. I was like, dude, so you were gonna whip my ass, wasn't you? He's like, well, I was mad. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, you made me give up that awesome hiding spot. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I had to get you out of there because like my team was hurting.
I'll never forget that field either, man. That's when I slipped and fell on that concrete shit. Got knocked unconscious. My mask flew off and all that shit.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, man. That's when we switched sides. I guess it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we switched sides. We came in on another side, and there was like a little concrete culvert thing right there. And I was walking with Hitman. I tried to blame it on him that he tripped me, but really, I just had my cleats on.
It's always Hitman's fault.
Fucking bird. Huh?
It's always Hitman's fault.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If he's anywhere around, it's his fault. Like,
dude, so ugly, it's distracting. So shit happens. This is the second time on the podcast I mentioned how ugly Hitman is.
But we're just getting back to the schedule, man. So like if we do the super game, that's in August, like September, October, we'll take off. Some of us will rep Airsoft Photogap, and then you got the Super Bowl, man. Photogap.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you was gonna mention Photogap, wasn't you?
Photogap is always fun. So how do you feel about going against these? I'm gonna go ahead and quote Rob Maryland from the show earlier. How do you feel about going against the Command Hose?
The Command Hose, the shows. Oh man, I mean, I don't really care. was a general on the NATO side. You know what I mean? It don't matter to me. I mean, I think it's kind of cool that they are. You know, that they're coming to be generals. I mean, yeah, they don't want to call themselves East Lefts, but they do in the same sentences at times. But whatever. They, obviously a lot of people follow them and pay attention to them. Now, how many people will they actually bring to the game? I don't know. We already know they've pissed a lot of people off and nobody wants to play for them. So I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's not a blowout. I mean, I look forward to meeting the guys. I'll have them over and come to the bus and sign it.
Yeah.
Chill and hang out. But really, I just want a good game, man. I don't want another blowout. I mean, it's great when you're Warsaw and you're blowing motherfuckers out. But then you get to that point where there ain't nobody to fight sometimes.
It's like I was talking about the other day. Like it's fun having those games where you blow people out. Yes, I agree. But when you blow somebody out all weekend, it gets kind of boring as shit. Like there was a point in at Photo Gap last year where me and Matt Sossman just stood against each other and shot each other in the leg over and over again from like 3 feet apart. Like we were playing chicken. We were basically playing chicken because there was nothing to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know the feeling. Archangel said, "You know what? You're off the field quite a bit this year." I said, "Yeah, man, because I'm doing my job. Or at least my teams are, anyways. I recruited.
Well,
wasn't no reason for me to be out there doing anything."
Nope. And like my thing was like, I can be on the field, I can stand there and like shoot and like shoot some paintballs every once in a while, or I can just let the people that are wanting to waste paintballs shooting into sim, I can let them do it instead. Like I'll wait till something else happens to where I can go out there and actually make a difference in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I love to win just as much as you and other people, man. But I've had fun getting my ass kicked before the games. I've had fun losing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Yeah.
But I mean, Photo Gaps is this will be my 12th straight thing, but probably a handful of people that's made more Photo Gaps than me that actually play the game. I mean, if you want to say Mamba does sometimes, but
Mamba shows up.
He shows up. He don't necessarily play, but you know what I'm saying. Like I've played, for 12 years straight. I love it. I mean, that's the only game that I actually take the most serious as far as being a unit commander, recruiting, and trying to be a semi-leader on the field.
Yeah.
So I want both sides to do good. I want there to be 1,500 players. I want NATO to show up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I do.
But I know your unit is always maxed out every damn year. Like a lot of people can't say that. Like they can whenever registration's over with, and like the walk-ons come on, yeah, they can fill their units up, but your unit's like maxed out months in advance.
Yeah, well.
And then people also will like sign up for other units and then come play for your unit. So you got probably the best following at Photo Gap than anybody else out there. Like no, I don't think anybody else draws as many players as you and PBS.
Well, I just think it's because I'm the local guy. It's the home field, and the teams that I recruit local guys. I mean, no offense to the out of town guys. I'm glad to come. I know some of them and some I don't. But if I'm going to recruit a game, obviously I'm going to recruit from the team pool that I'm a part of, more or less.
Well, I mean,
and get the local guys.
That's the whole point. I've been trying to make like all these like I've said it on the podcast before. I've said it on like like Facebook pages, whatever. That's what somebody that is trying to win a game needs to do. Like you need to like, okay, well, what local team shows up every year and brings a bunch of people? That's the team I want to go ahead and recruit first. But instead, you're getting like guys that are like, oh, there's a team that used to play back in the day and they can bring me 3 people. I'll recruit them first thing.
Well, I tell you, the biggest problem that we're having here locally, I don't get out and travel that often.
Yeah.
I'm more or less, PBS and me more or less support the local scene, which, North Carolina, we got a lot of banging fields and games going down throughout the year, so it's enough to keep us busy. But, when you start having these smaller games where, you're recruiting the same generals or the same teams. You know what I mean? It's so like if someone from PBS is a general, then we're recruiting the same guys as we always do, right?
Yep.
So that other general, depending on who the other general is, may not be able to get as many because maybe people like to play for PBS or people like to play for Venom more than so and so. I mean, you know what I mean? So some games it seems like it's unfair because one side is always heavy hitting because of maybe who the general is or whatever the team is. I mean, I don't know if there's a real way to fix it, but that's when the out of towners have to come in. As much as I love our local guys and have them playing, is we got to start getting some more out of towners to come to our local games.
Well, I guess that was the idea behind the Command Bros coming down to the Foley Gap. Get some out of town people. Like they have a following up north, and the East Leb community will follow them to play for them or whatever. So they're going to have a little following, but I don't think they're going to have a.
We'll see. I don't believe that many people will come from up north, and from what I'm in the Warsaw chatting and talks with Archangel all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I don't know who's left on the map they can fucking recruit at this point.
Well, whenever
unless we start. I mean, Ben Painter starts pissing off all of Warsaw to have them switch over. That'd be about the only thing that could happen.
Look, I will piss off any motherfucker I want to. Like, I'm sorry, the 6 minutes direct thing just it pissed me the fuck off. I'm gonna go and be openly honest with this right here. The whole 6 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever directs, like there were more than just Florida teams going towards Rex. And these dudes were like, I've seen multiple posts on Facebook of, oh, Florida Ballers did this, Florida Ballers, bullshit. People from everywhere did that shit. Like,
well, yeah, that's true. I mean, and that's what Archangel tried to de-escalate the situation because it was a Warsaw victory. It wasn't the North Carolina victory. It wasn't the Florida. But the Florida made it sound like they did most of the work. And I kept my mouth shut for a good while, and Kraken finally decided to step up and spark the fire. And then we all started chiming in. But I mean, but the 6 minutes Rex thing, that was all my unit, mine and Jimmy's unit. That was nothing but Carolina Ballers. And if there was any Florida Ballers there, they shouldn't have been there. They were supposed to be in their own units. But it is what it is.
I think
it was still a Warsaw collective thing. But I think a lot of the Carolina guys and myself, some of my guys on my team, other teams took offense to that, because we was the one that was balling, kicking ass. I mean, it was 4 guys, and it was one from PBS, Dr. Steve, one from Venom, his name, one of the Bloodhounds, Old Butts, I think it was, and Bush Hogs.
Yeah.
All Carolina teams. It was the first 4 guys to get to that wall.
Well, I think if you want me to be honest with it, I think Desi was a unit commander that was near that area, and he may have been part of it, but like I think everybody was just jumping on his dick to like, oh yeah, Desi was there, so all Florida was there. And I think that's where
actually Desi wasn't there. Desi was the XO, and he was floating in between. He was managing people back and forth.
And that's
never
where
really started that. Desi's a good dude, man.
I know
he's a lot like me, man. To where I kind of got the local Carolina scene on my belt. That's what I love about Desi, though, man. I mean, Desi's from Florida motherfuckers will roll with his ass anywhere.
I know that, but I'm saying I think it's where the whole disconnect came from. Desi was part of it, and he was proud of he was proud of like what happened because it was XO. And, I saw him brag about he was XO and his team took Rex that early, and I nothing against him for saying that because like he was XO and he was part of that decision of who to go where and what and when. But I think what happened was him bragging about it. All the Florida Ballers kind of jumped on board with him and like, yeah, we did that. And I think that's where the whole miscommunication came out. Like, yeah, Desi was the XO for it, but it wasn't just Florida doing shit. So
I'll tell you what Florida really needs to brag about is that they took the high ground because ain't no way in hell my ass is going up there. Okay.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Fuck Matt Sossman and his bullshit of let's just keep walking uphill. That dude about killed me last year. Like we're over taking Duckett for no damn reason late in the game, just because that dude wanted to walk some hills.
Yeah, man, that's why I don't take them units, bro. That's why I take the unit in Bravo. I'm trying to go as short as distance as possible, man.
That's what I try to tell his ass. I was like,
I'll make my way to Alpha, and every once in a while we get a gray hair. We're really kicking ass like we did last year. We'll go up the hill to Hamburger. You know what I mean? But I ain't trying to travel too far.
This dude, like, I'm like, dude, we're doing good right here. Let's just keep shooting people here. He's like, no, let's just keep going. We walked up to Hamburger, came back down to Sim, and then we went to Duckett. Like, I'm like, wait, what the fuck you think's going on here, dude? Like, I'm gonna die at the end of this. But
I don't know. Well, this ain't live right now, so ain't nobody listening, right?
no, it'll be it won't be up. It won't be uploaded till the audio part gets uploaded to all the different apps, like pretty much in like 2 minutes. But YouTube takes like fucking an hour. But
you should have just damn recorded your own conversation. This would have been a lot easier.
It's kind of.
We'll tag Sauceman in it because I'm gonna say something about Sauceman. Because I tried to get the Mighty Ducks the most valuable team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Because there was numerous times like with Dizzy would come on the phone. I mean, on the radio, and be like, "Yo, I'm watching the fucking Mighty Ducks with Ben Painter fuck some shit up over here, right?" And I heard that maybe a couple times through the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And but so when it come down to the decision, we all know who got it from Warsaw.
Well, so
anyways,
the thing is,
I told you, I was like, "Yo, Ark, why didn't you?" I was like, "What about?" I said, "Mighty Ducks." I said, "Sauce." He's like, "Well, I thought about that, but when they walked by me and I asked them to go somewhere, they and just do whatever they wanted to." And I was like, "Yeah, well, you'll have that on the big games."
Yep. Well, see, that's what we did the whole time. Like, we just kind of like we went to the biggest firefight and did what we did. Like we towards the end of the game we had no reason to do it, but like we knew there's like people in Duckett, so we just took them out. Like, have you ever played a scenario beside Matt Sauceman? It's ridiculously scary how good that guy is.
Oh yeah, we played up against him. Shit, man. Fallout years ago when he beat my girl Jay Killer. We went against him.
I do.
Shit, I played with him at. Hell, we played for him at another game at. What was that, Boss?
Yeah, he played. He was general a lot of balls. Dude, that dude, like, I like to think of him as like the Babe Ruth of paintball. That dude will call his damn shots every time. Like, he'll be like, "This guy's going out. This guy's going out. This guy's going out," and he will take people out. Like, never play against Matt Sauceman on a rec day. That dude.
I wouldn't play against him on it any day.
That dude will single-handedly wipe out your whole damn team by himself. But he's got good players. Like, he had Jake from State Farm last year, like pro player kind of shit. He had Austin Castor who plays for Crisis, he plays for Crisis and another team, and they're taking trophies all the time. Travis Shearer is the prettiest man besides Andrew Gibson I've ever met. And they're all killers. Like, they don't take the whole let's go on a mission thing seriously. They just take, they'll go out there and they'll mess up a team, but it's because that's what they want to do. Like, they're over here, like, they're trying to like play for the underdogs because they're thinking about playing for NATO this year because they won't play underdogs.
Hey, does Sauceman know you're stalking him?
Always.
Silently.
I love Sauceman. Like, once you become friends with Sauceman, you get like Snapchats of him in the bathroom taking a shit. So once you get that intimate with a guy, you're pretty much, it's a love fest from now on. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Like, the first time I met him, like, I'm like, I've heard this name before, but I don't know who the hell he is. So I asked a buddy about him. Like, yeah, dude, you should be pro and shit. I'm like, oh fuck. But like, me and him had casual conversations, and I'm like, this guy's cool and everything. And like, all of a sudden he sends me like these dirty ass memes. Like, this guy's cool. All right, I got this. I love Sauce. He's gonna be on the show tomorrow. It's his second time on the show tomorrow. I got some stuff to ask him, but no, like the Mighty Ducks thing was great last year. His actual team's the Voodoo Kings, and
I know I got a Voodoo Strong shirt on right now. Just bought from Bones and Ashes from Deadbox, one of my favorite people. Shut out the old mustard and them Fenway.
I can't.
Yeah, I support the cause. $18 shirt, and I told him to. Hey.
Dude,
but
I can't say enough good shit about those guys. Like, the whole crew is just like, they go out and they just like they're not they're going to go out and do work, but they're not going to like overthink it, or, like be too intense about it. Like they're going to go out and do what they want to and be done with it. But if you run into them, you're screwed.
Yeah, I don't really know the guys like that on a name basis, but I mean, I've been fucking with those dudes back when some of them was bad company back in the day when Mike Shoemake, God rest his soul, had passed away. He was one of his last games he played was Walking Dead. He celebrated his birthday. I'll never forget. And he had a little paintball birthday cake. It was a gun shaped birthday cake. But yeah, man, I've been knowing those guys for a long time, man. I just never really got on a first name basis with them and whatnot. Chit chatted up, but I know they're all good dudes, and they all ball hard. They have for years.
Well, I think you should probably get Matt Sossman's ear and get him to play for Warsaw, because they're talking about playing for NATO, and I do not want to play for the Command Bros. Like I'm
Well, I mean, you know, it'd be good if they did. I'm not saying they should. I'd rather play Warsaw, but I mean, damn, at least NATO needs somebody that's going to go out there and do some shit.
Well, here's my thing. Like I haven't like said this publicly yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like I don't want to play for Command Bros because that one fucking YouTube video they put out that was it was titled "How Do You Know You're Racist?" and it was 2 hours and 45 minutes because I was sitting beside an East Lab while they listened to it, and I was trying to play Mad Max. I was trying to play Mad Max the video game because I was minding my own business and shit. And I could not do anything because the entire show was, if you are white, you're a racist. No matter what, you're white, you're a racist. I think the video got deleted because it was such a piece of shit video. But they showed their true colors in 2 hour and 45 minute video, and I just don't want to play for them because of that shit. Like you're sitting there telling me I'm gonna be the typical white guy. I got black friends. I got friends that like are married to. I got white friends that are married to interracial, like they have interracial marriages and everything. And for somebody to sit there and say everybody of a specific race is racist, just really it's like a kick in the fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so my friend who is married to a woman from Mexico who has half Mexican and half white kids, that dude's fucking racist because he's white. My friend who is married to a black woman who has a mixed race child, he's a racist, so he hates his kid. I'm like, you guys are fucking douchebags. Like, plain and simple. Like,
I mean, when they first came on, when I first got on cell phone and Facebook and shit, I kind of liked them at first. I kind of dug what they was doing, getting themselves out there. I always kind of wanted to do the video thing and like a podcast shit like what you're doing, but I know everybody would clown the fuck out of me because that's what y'all do.
Everybody will clown the fuck out of you because it's not anything against you though. Like me and Kraken and I have had this discussion before. I'm not going to talk shit about somebody usually. Like, okay, I will talk shit about you. If I sit there and say you're a piece of shit, it's probably because I think you're a piece of shit. But if I fucking like meme you or make memes out of you or like joke at you at a game, but I keep coming back to you, I kind of like you a little bit.
Well, I don't know, man. We've had that love-hate, though. You know, you talk shit, I've talked shit.
We had bad beef back in the day because somebody had to like join your team and then leave. And
no, that wasn't all that, man. It went both ways. I did some dumb shit. Hey, look, that's another day. We're getting off track.
No, this is all track, dude. Like this podcast is like talk about whatever the hell brings up. I've already mentioned on the podcast before. Like, I may have made a mistake. I may not have made a mistake by leaving. I was new to the game, new to the scene, and that year playing Fold Gap, where I got kind of frustrated at the Warsaw Command for being in charge of Warsaw for over a year, but not making any kind of post about it, and then calling the general out. And somebody, oh, what's your name? What's your unit? Who's your captain? I don't give a shit who that is. I'm making a statement as a human being saying I'm paying money for a game, and I haven't heard shit from my general. And then my general goes out that year and sucks up the whole fucking field. I think it's the only year I've been around where NATO fucking won. And that's saying something for you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and
now that shouldn't have nothing to do with why you quit or whatnot.
It was part of it. It was part of it. I'm a fucking. In case you can't tell, I'm a stubborn kind of guy, and some shit. It just really kind of got to me, so I kind of like that was the main factor of why I decided to leave, and then like somebody else left at the same time, so it made it seem like I left because of him, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you burned some bridges.
Yes, I do that quite often.
I burned some bridges. I know where you've been. I've done it. I used to be one of the most. I used to be most hated before you and Kenny. So, but now let me ask you a question. Now I got a problem. Now, like, why are you still throwing shade to old Logic?
I have not thrown shade at Logic at all.
All right. Well, he kind of feels that way. Now he don't know I'm talking to you about this.
All right. So,
he may hear it, but you know, you did Logic wrong.
How?
Well, you kicked him off the team.
I did not kick him off the team.
Wow.
I never kicked dude off the team. Okay, so here's the deal. I'll tell you behind the scenes right now what happened. All right. The only reason I started the BTA team was because he came to me and said, FSP doesn't include me in any of their plans. They don't talk to me. They don't do this. They don't do that. And it all started with like a picture of my new jersey, and he said, "Where's mine?" And
I know all the backstory.
Okay. So fast forward.
Fast forward to where I pissed you off. You know what I'm talking about.
You pissed me off. Okay, you pissed me off, but that has nothing to do with it.
You boycotted Walking Dead. Told him not to go.
I did not tell him not to go. I told him. I told everybody on the team what happened. I told everybody on the team what happened, and I said, this is what happened. Do what you're going to do. And everybody on the team said, you know what? Well, we're not going to go. He said, this is the only local game around, and I'm not going to be able to play any more games. So I'm going. And it was pretty much okay. Well, do what you want to do. But the thing is, it had nothing to do with Logic. He had nothing to do with the reason why BTA quit. The reason why BTA ended. Me and Garrett got in an argument, and
I've heard about that, but I don't want to talk about you and Garrett. I want to get down to this Logic thing real quick while it's on mine. Now, because I'm not saying you should do anything, but now he feels wrong because when he lost his job, he also wasn't able to play at some games that he missed, and now apparently that's where he got booted because he wasn't playing.
Nope. That's a false statement. Here's the deal. Anytime we had a meeting of the team, we always invite him no matter what, and we would say, hey, come up here, or we can go down there. Garrett never wanted to go down to Waxhaw, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out how everybody can meet. Okay, and then when everything came down, where he said, hey, I lost my job. I'm looking for something new. Well, hey, you should probably come to this game. We'll pay for you to go to the game. Like we'll all chip in. We're like, you've been to every game that we've been to. There's no sense in you missing another game. We'll chip into it. And he refused. Like he's got pride. He's got pride.
Yeah.
Refused. Okay, let's play. Nobody got kicked off the team. Me and Garrett got in an argument, and then pretty much me and Garrett were not on speaking terms anymore. And Garrett was like the number 2 on the team. And I gave the option of, hey guys, like me and Garrett are having an argument here. I'm not gonna make people choose sides of, you choose me or you choose Garrett. But I'm gonna give an option here. I was like, a lot of people are just minding their own business. Whatever. I was like, if you guys want the team to remain, well, it'll be us without Garrett. And nobody spoke up until after like a day or whatever. And I was like, well, since nobody wants to speak up, I'm gonna go ahead and end the team. And it had nothing. It had nothing to do with Logic.
All right. Well, either way, I mean, I ain't saying do it, but that's up to you, man. But man, I mean, I would say maybe side message Logic. I ain't saying trying to amend that bridge, but Logic's a good dude, man. And he feels like sometimes when you've come around the campsite and shit, that you don't say shit to him. You don't say hi. Like there was an instance, like at that one game we were at, we was walking by and you offered me a shot of some liquor, was right beside me. You didn't say shit to him. Didn't even offer him a shot. Like, now I know Logic sometimes like, look, dude, you just let that shit go. But, you know, he's an older man, 58 years old.
Well, here's the deal with that. Like, that kind of, like, whenever the team ended, I told people, no hard feelings. I was like,
I also told him that you was probably a little pissed that he came to PBS too.
Like, me and Hudson, like, the team ended, and we talked about it, and I'm like, dude, you should probably like, since you don't have a team, you want a team, you should probably join the Bounty Hunters because your friends are on it. We had this discussion, but with Logic on the other hand, he went behind my back to somebody that I was seeing at the time, and started talking shit about me and how I kicked him off the team, which wasn't true. I've never said anything bad about Mike McInerney. Never said anything bad about him. I like the guy. Whenever that guy came to me and said, this team isn't treating me right, I didn't want to start a team. I said, join up here, we'll do something. And then we kind of strong armed Garrett. You know, Garrett didn't really want to leave FSP, but us pressuring him, plus a couple things that happened on the team, made him join. I've never had any bad feelings about Mike McInerney. Anytime we had a get together, Mike got invited because I want to hang out with Mike. I like Mike. But some shit went down with the team. The team disbanded, and then he kind of went behind my back and started talking shit about me to the person I was dating.
I did the same thing.
So that being said, yeah, when I see him at games, I don't speak to him, but I don't talk shit about the guy.
Like, I know. Well, you know, I did the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what?
So, I guess what I'm asking is, you know, I mean, just, you know, I'm not gonna clear the air with him. If you feel like it, I'm not gonna talk.
Listen, I don't talk shit about the guy. Me and you, I don't know what the deal with me and you is, but like, we've had our times where like we were buddy, and we had our times where like we didn't like each other, but like it's always gonna come out like I like you as a person. You're a fucking crackhead and shit, but I like you as a person.
Yeah, same here.
Like, you were the guy that said, I like you more now that you're not on the team, but I still, like, I enjoy being around you because there's something about, no homo.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about you that's, like, kind of infectious about how your personality is. Like, whenever you start playing paintball or doing some paintball, you're, like, 100% on it. Whenever you're like, oh, let me start doing some charity work, 100% on it. And there's something about that kind of personality. Like, you can't just walk away from that kind of personality. Like, you're a cool dude. You invite people in to a team that probably would never be invited to another team in their life, and you give them a home. And there's something about that like makes you kind of like North Carolina's like paintball guy. Like, you are.
Talking about Charlie.
Charlie's awesome. I wish that guy a speedy recovery. And whenever his kid gets back on the field, he deserves to get shot in the back again. I shot him in the back and folded. He gets bad. But
well, they plan now. Charlie won't be able to play, but they do plan on coming. If the game is up, they plan on coming to PVC. So you might, if you come out, you might be able to see him.
I'm gonna be there since my surgery's gonna be postponed anyway. So I'm gonna be at the game. I'm trying to do a live show, and I told Mark I'd do whatever I can to help him out because I love Mark. Like Mark, I love Mark to death. Like, I don't know why, but like I say, you give people. Like, you gave me and Joe a home. Like, we were new to the scene. Like, I was an asshole. Joe didn't speak much, but you gave us a home and everything. Like, you give people homes like that normally wouldn't be allowed on a team, and that's awesome.
Well, you know, we got very low standards at PBS.
Except for that one guy that, like, after that one game that we won, and he was like, it was a PBS only game, and nobody else helped out with the shit. But you dealt with that guy, so I appreciate that so much.
What are you talking about? What?
That kid that was like, a kid that like went on Facebook and was like, I see everybody talking about how it was a victory for the whole side, but it was a PBS victory, and PBS did this and that.
Yeah, Zach, I remember. Yeah.
That kid kind of pissed me off. And I was like, I messaged you about it, and like, you're like, I've already dealt with it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, he's been gone for years, but that boy don't even play paintball. He joined the military, so hopefully he's straightened out.
Hopefully, but yeah, that shit, like, to insult all those teams that helped play, I'm like, you motherfucker.
Well, man, I mean, I love the sport as much as anybody. Well, I like to think I love it more than most. Man, I just have a strong passion for it here in the community. And I know everybody's like, oh, hashtag grow the sport and yada yada. Yeah, I mean, I don't say that and I don't promote it like that, but I grow the sport my own way by supporting the local community and local teams, local producers, players, whatnot. Do the charity stuff, make a wish, Christmas game. I mean, I ain't trying to put my name on that East Celeb status. I just do what we can for the community to keep the North Carolina, South Carolina, whatever our eastern, what you want to call it, region is just try to keep it, thriving and going. And that's all I really care about, man. And most people know me. I'm a pretty cool dude, man. I get along with pretty much everybody. I got no beef with anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got in quarrels, with you and Kenny and other people back in the day. Me and Green Man got into it. John Wilson, good guy. I can go on and on. All the people, Andrew Woods. I mean, fuck, I can go on and on with all the people that I've been into it with, man. And most of them we cool. Some maybe not. But that's okay, man. For most people know that, I'm just trying to, grow the sport my way, our way, do things my way, and that's just the way I'm always going to do it.
Well, the whole grow the sport, hashtag grow the sport thing, it's kind of bullshit. Like, it's just a bunch of people putting a hashtag on anything they want to. Like, it could be me pissing in the wood, hashtag grow the sport. Like, it's meaningless words until, like, you actually see people doing stuff. Like, you do stuff to grow the sport. And
well, I mean, you can look at it different ways. Like, I don't go to the local fields and looking for new players. That's not how I grow the sport. When I grow the sport is when I got guys that join the team. Most of them are all middle-aged or 30s or whatnot. Keeping them involved, keeping them having fun, keeping them coming back. That's how I grow the sport. Is the people that are playing it, keep them involved, keep them having fun, keep them playing. It's nice to get new. It's nice to get new young bloods because we definitely need some new, younger people coming in because we're all getting older.
Yeah,
I get it, man. But the ones that want to play, that want to spend the money, and want to have a good time, that's the ones I'm interested.
Yep. And
I'm not necessarily trying to get new players. I'm trying to keep the ones that are already here and invested active.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing is like people actually out in the field doing stuff every day is growing the sport more than like somebody like, oh, I gave my gun to a 12-year-old one time and hashtag grow the sport for it. It's we do stuff differently. We do stuff differently here in North Carolina. Like we're different than other places that play paintball. A lot of places like they're more words than action. Like I like to think we're more action than words.
It's that Southern hospitality, homie.
And that's the other thing is like there's 900,000 podcasts in the world, and there's a lot of paintball podcasts. Who has one for our community? Like right now, there's one, and it's not even that big.
If you say his name 3 times, he'll show up like the Candyman.
But no,
I get it. Yeah.
So I mean, we need a little spotlight on certain people in this community. Like, even though my spotlight's really small and not a ton of people are going to watch this or whatever, 60 to 100 people watching this, whatever. That's pretty nice. I like that. But like, we need to spotlight some people that aren't just about talking words, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. Like people actually want to talk to them.
Oh God, you should have Hitman on.
Oh, good Lord. That would be intense.
Well, I mean, nah, man. If that's what you want to do, I mean, not to critique you, man, but I mean, you're doing a good job. Yeah, you had Sauceman on. But, if you're trying to spread the word, I think you should kind of touch on not every team.
Yeah.
But, like, some of the bigger teams and what's they going, field owners or home, teams of shit, what am I saying? It's alcohol. Like home teams of other fields like a Phantom to Raleigh or like the Headhunters, Eric Bryant, who general the game, who's doing more games of Black Ops. Even Jimmy Morrison of Killbox, a good young up and coming team. Kind of hit up those team captains, to get on there to talk about the team, talk about themselves, or whatever.
That's what I was planning on doing. Like, there's certain people I want to talk to first, And I think after this weekend, my schedule's getting ready to be open to like invite other people on. So I think I'm gonna start. I know Jimmy, like he messaged me the other day saying he appreciates what I'm doing with the podcast. So I'm probably gonna reach out to him, see if he wants to join on here. Like Robert Eller wants to come on the show from Finland. Fenway wants to come on.
Kraken as well, man. I know, Kraken knows his fucking paintball.
That motherfucker.
Y'all two are back on speaking terms.
That motherfucker said he is scared to talk online. He doesn't want to talk on like a podcast or anything.
Oh, really? We just have to do that, like a secret. Just pretend like you're calling.
Yeah.
Just to talk to him, record everything.
Like, hey, what's up, man? But I think.
I just want to see this shit with you.
I think eventually I can get him on here, hopefully. But like, he's like all I do is shoot people. Like I have nothing to talk about. Man, bullshit. You got stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, man. Kraken, dude, like I said, well, PBS has been around since 2004. That was just playing in our. We had some guys on the team. Like we started off as nothing but friends.
Yeah.
And all those guys are gone now. I'm the only original, and Jackal is original. But we just started off, playing outlaw ball. A dude that had, had his mom and dad's field or grandparents' house. You know what I'm saying? Playing at their fields and their house, making shit. And that's how we started. And then we didn't start playing scenarios until 2008. And that's when I started to meet all these people. Kraken. That's when I met Kraken. Some bitch has been on like 3 or 4 teams till he created a team and got kicked off of it. So I mean, yeah, that some bitch knows some paintball. He can get on there and be a good talker, a good interviewer. I mean, Mustard would be a great one too, but Mustard would never get on to do a show with you. Just to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting. Fenway.
Justice.
Fenway reached out to me, so I'm gonna get him on here. Josh don't have.
Yeah, now Fenway be more talkative because I love Deadbox, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been a big time provider, and I've had, I put their logo on my jersey, and they don't give me shit for it.
Yeah.
I don't ask shit for it.
Yeah.
Some people will like, even Kraken says, well, I would never put a damn sponsor or somebody on my jersey if they don't give me shit. Man, I ain't worried about that, I like the fact that that's a local business.
Oh, yeah.
And I buy shit from them every time. I just, like at Bones and Ashes, I bought that t-shirt from them. I got a koozie. Yeah, so I'm always supporting.
Like that's the thing.
It's cool to have Deadbox that local.
That's the thing. You have to support in your community. Like, there's so much shit going on, like that you don't know of. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy from this company. No, you know the people that are doing this company. Help them out. Like, support them. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like if somebody's in your community that does a podcast or Deadbox is out here doing like shirts and everything, buy from them before you go to somebody that's from Chicago or California. Like, give them your support.
Yeah.
That's how you grow our community. And I'm all about our community getting better. Like, if we got better than anybody else in the country, I'd be happy with it. Like, I mean,
the way you think about our community is the same way that motherfucker in Texas thinks about his community. It's the same way that motherfucker in Florida thinks about his community, or the one in New York, or the one in California. I mean, it's the same. I mean, to sit there and say our community is better the way we do things, that's debatable.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because we only know what we know. Is where we're at.
That's why we need to travel to different states and different fields. Like, that's what we're doing with the whole Road Dogs thing. Like, we're multiple. Like, there's guys from your team, like multiple teams going to like different states. I'm like, this is what North Carolina paintball is, and we were winning every time we went to a field. We win an award. Like, there was not a team, there was not a game we went to we didn't walk away with at least one award. So
you and that Road Dog shit, man. That's why you and Hitman need to talk. And that motherfucker talking about some coalition shit.
I've heard his plan.
I don't believe in that shit. I don't give a damn if it's 1, 2, or 10, 15, 20 of you niggas. It don't matter. I don't believe that.
I've heard his theory on like what the coalition needs to be, and I don't exactly
represent your team that you play for. That's what I believe.
I don't know, like I understand like represent your team that you play for, like in the state. I understand that, but like if there was a way that you could go to a team, go to EMR, and you could go to EMR representing North Carolina, but also represent your home team still. I think that would be the best way to get known. Like just show what we do here. Like
But all right, so what you're doing is going up. You're saying it's the same thing. Road Dogs is the same thing he wants to do with this North Carolina thing, but semi-different. To where Road Dogs, you had jerseys, okay?
Yeah.
So that way, if they saw one of you in the jersey, they saw multiple of you in the jersey. If you go under the coalition semi thing, same difference, but you're rocking your own jersey.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. It don't matter if there's one guy from PBS, 16 guys from Venom, 2 from Killbox. It don't matter. Yeah, you're still all from North Carolina.
Yeah.
You're still all semi-rocking, playing together. Some of you guys, obviously the Venom guys would stay together.
Yeah.
And maybe, PBS guys would stay together and Killbox get it, But what I'm saying, you rep your shit, man. I mean, to me, I created PBS, so I have a little bit more passion in it. I'll never wear nothing else. But for anybody else that joins PBS or Venom or Killbox, to me, you should take pride into what that team is and what you've helped build and represent it no matter where you're at, no matter how many you are. I mean, hell, Jimmy, I love Jimmy, and that's my little protege. I hope he hears this. And helping him, form Killbox. Like, that motherfucker drove all the way to Texas for a MagFed game that only had like 60 people.
Damn.
He was the only Killbox. He was the only Killbox guy. And, of course, he's, MagFed scenario looking, but he wore his colors. And,
Well, see, that's the thing.
Just me. That's how I feel.
That's the thing where I'm like, what I'm saying is like, everybody's like joins them. Everybody like buys paint at the same time. Everybody decides a car full together. Because like one person driving to Pennsylvania is a lot of money. But if you have a car full of people driving to Pennsylvania, it's not that much money. Everybody chips in for food. Everybody chips in for like the campsite or whatever. It makes it so much.
I get that, man.
Okay,
rock your BTA.
Okay.
You rock your PBS. You rock your whatever.
But what about this?
You still feel camp together and help each other. I get it.
What about this though? What about this? You wear your jersey, but you change the colors to it to where it's like representing like an all-star team. Like all-star teams, they all wear like, say, basketball. You're still gonna wear your Spurs jersey. You're still gonna wear your Bulls jersey. You're still gonna wear your Lakers jersey. But there's a little bit of that jersey that matches everybody else on your team. Like,
well, actually, they changed that, and I'm surprised that you haven't. I didn't even think you knew about other sports, Ben. I'm surprised you broke out the All-Star to basketball. You used to be right, but now they've changed. Now there is 2 jerseys, one for the East and one for the West. Well, basketball, same for football. But I get where you're coming from.
See, if we did something like that, like everybody wore, say, like you still wore your PBS jersey, but it had something that signified where you're from, like you're from North Carolina. It doesn't even have to be like a color change. Like we could all go like the same color, like the same camo or whatever. But you wear a PBS jersey, that camo. Okay, that's one thing. Or you can wear a PBS jersey.
I don't want to buy another fucking jersey. And here's the thing. Here's my biggest beef with the jersey thing. All right. Obviously, you're a jersey whore. We all know.
Yeah.
All right. But okay, so like, let's say you get that guy in the last minute that wants to go. Fuck it, I'll just pay full price. He ain't getting a jersey.
Well, then that guy.
Then you're asking all these guys who want to go to the game, who's already spent money for paint, registration, booze, cigarettes, and gas, beer, food, whatever. And now let's get a jersey on top of it. Nah, man, I'd just rather rock my Venom jersey or my Hog. You know what I'm saying? To me, you shouldn't have to do the jersey thing.
My thing would be if you can afford a jersey, which I can get you jerseys dirt ass cheap, which the cheap.
Still going through Shaheed.
Yeah, cheap as shit though.
I know. Well, I know. You ain't getting them no cheaper. I've been fucking with Shaheed longer than you.
I may be getting cheaper than you. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, if you can afford one, buy one. If you can't,
why does the jersey matter though, man?
If you can't, you can get one later if you want to. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I see, like, okay, I'm not really into this anymore. Like, I'm kind of sitting back doing my own thing. But I've had other people, like Rob came on the show. He's been talking about trying to do the whole North Carolina thing. And my thing is,
that's just Hitman talking.
Well, my thing is, like, if you want to do it, which I'm not saying I'm into it. I'm not going to say I'm into it anymore. I used to be into it. I'm not really into it anymore. I'm just saying, if you are into it, the way you do it is you unify people, and that's how you do it. Because, like, right now, if 13 people went to a game and 12 of them were Team Blow Joe and one of them was team at PBS, they're gonna think everybody that went there from North Carolina is Team Blojo, because we've done that before. We've gone to a game in Florida where everybody thought that everybody showed up, even though they were in different jerseys, was FSP, and that shit sucked. It's just a way to protect who you are, like where you don't get taken advantage of.
Well, that's why you wear the jersey that you wear.
See,
I'm not gonna throw shade at you or shit, but I mean, like, yes, you started a team, and it fizzled out. I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I put blood, sweat, and tears in the PBS for many years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when, I just feel like it's a slap in my face, and if you're a part of my team, that you don't rock your shit when you play.
I can understand that. I understand that, but like I say, it's.
But like, when you put that much into it, you expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, be proud of your shit.
Oh yeah, like I say, when we did our stuff, like I was always very specific with people. I was like, if the game that you're going to is the majority of your team's going to that game, I was like, don't wear the road jersey. Like, don't wear it. Like, if your team is taking 10 people or 5 people or whatever, if it's a team if it's a game that your team is going to, don't wear that jersey. Wear your team's jersey. This is
man.
But
road. But 75% of road dogs is PBS, homie.
There was a lot of PBS. That was their choice. I never made anybody.
I know, but I'm saying, but you just.
I never forced
what
any.
You just said contradicts what.
Never.
But I get it. I feel you. Everybody's decision.
I
get it.
Like say we went to Dread Legends that year, and you said it wasn't a PBS game. So the guys that went there, well, since it's not a PBS game, we'll just form up this little other team, and we'll go down there but we'll still every jersey still had PBS logos on them. So that's
my fault because now I knew those guys were going to those games, and I should have been like, hey assholes, you fuckers are going to the game, you better rock my colors. But I don't want to be like that.
See, so
I shouldn't have to tell you to wear my jersey. To go to a game. You should want to. You 5 that are going should want to rock PBS.
And see, that's
you know what I mean? That's how it's not all on me all the time. It should be on my guys as well to want to represent their shit.
But some people see the benefit of going down as a group. Like no matter what, like there were guys that were going down there like we've been to games where like there was one person from a team that went somewhere, and if you're one person from a team that goes somewhere, nobody gives a shit about you. Like honestly. Like if it's one PBS guy showing up to a game and that dude can bust his fucking ass, he's not getting any recognition because it's just one guy. Like producers don't give a shit about one guy, generals don't give a shit about one guy. So
you gotta stop being a paper whore.
It was just a way to get people where we can go to different games, different states, and have fun. And we all contributed to this camp. We all contributed to the food, and at the end of the day, we all acted like we were one group, and it was great for what it was.
You can do that and still be a part of different teams.
We were part of different teams.
I feel you. I ain't trying to cut you off, but look,
it was all-star teams.
Kraken and Will stayed with us. I offered them. I had a tent set up, FEMA camp, boom, bam. Give a fuck what team you're a part of. You my homies.
It wasn't about disrespecting the team. It was about more like going down as a group and showing people what a certain state can do. Like who the fuck who went down to like Dread Legends in Florida besides us and Mamba? It was nobody else in North Carolina was there. Like nobody gives, if somebody sees one jersey, they're not going to give a shit about where you're from. If a whole group shows,
maybe if you out there putting work in, they might notice that.
If a whole group shows up wearing the same shit, they're gonna be, those guys fucking work as a team. Those guys are pretty fucking good. Where are they from?
I know, but the bottom line is you all about trying to get noticed.
Why not?
You ain't about trying to just go ball.
Going and balling is one thing. When you're home state and you go and ball, that's one thing. When you go out of state and you got people that are like, "Oh, we're better because we're from here. We're from here." You kind of want to go in there and tell them like, "Well, you know what? you might be good, but we're good too. That's the whole. That was the whole point behind it. Like the whole Florida thing, the whole Florida ballers thing. What the fuck they do? They came out and said, "Oh, we're better than everybody else." Well, the fuck you are. Let's prove it. Let's prove this shit.
Well, you can prove it. Okay, so let's say Florida brings up what the best that they got to North Carolina to command a system. Guess what? We'll spank their ass. All right, and let's say we go down to Florida and bring the best we got. Guess what? They're gonna spank our ass.
No,
you know why?
I don't think it would.
I mean, the only reason why I say that is because field advantage for one is always the key. I think any teams that know the area better than the other people. I mean, if I went to Florida to play on their home field, I wouldn't know where the fuck I was at. Chances are I'd probably I'd get shot up. I mean, I just think home field plays a lot of advantage. But when you're bringing the forces and you play together, so like if they brought a crew to Florida, they're not bringing the whole force, right?
Yeah.
Play us. But when we play, and just the same vice versa for us. If we go down and play them with Florida, we're not bringing the whole force. So yeah, I expect to get my ass whooped a little bit down there. That's understandable. When you go on somebody else's home turf, more Florida players are going to come to a game in Florida to play us than they are up here.
Unless we figure
vice versa.
Unless
we're going to play more here than down there.
Unless we figure something out, like okay, even if you want to wear your own jersey, that's cool. Like I say, I have no dog in this fight anymore. Like the whole getting a group together and like going in somewhere. I really don't have a dog. I really don't have a dog in the fight anymore. But if we could figure something out to where everybody was just like, you know what, we'll all ride down together, and we'll all wear our own jerseys, but we'll all camp together, and we'll like say we'll have a fucking North Carolina flag in our camp, but we'll all wear our same jerseys, and we bring 50 to 60 people because they're all carpool. We can take over a fucking field.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm down for that too. I guess I'm just a stiff stickler on wearing your fucking jersey. But I've got no problem with trying to say, hey, let's get a group discount.
So here, actually, I don't even give a shit about group discount or anything. Like my thing is like the whole reason why we even started the whole Road Dogs thing was to get people to go to different fields. And and you know what? Even if you don't get a discount, if you're paying full price to go, say you go to Florida like to General's Cup, and you're paying full price, you're still saving money because you got a car full of people, and you're all riding down together. You're all splitting. You're splitting gas. You're splitting money. You're splitting on. And I think if we all got together and came to some kind of agreement to where we're not going to go here and like try to strong arm producers and tell them you give us a discount or we're not coming. But no, if you decide, hey,
I don't believe in that.
I don't either. I don't either. My thing is, if a group of people comes together and says, hey, we want to go to this game, and it might be 50 people going there, you sign up. If the producer wants to give you a discount, that's cool. If not, that's cool too.
Yeah.
But you're going to save money by going together.
Well, yeah. I mean, any game I go to, even if I was the only representative of PBS, okay, and I was going to a game, I would find out who else is going. If Jimmy from Killbox was going or somebody from Venom, those motherfuckers that I know, yeah, I'm gonna like try to camp stage out with them. I'm always gonna. I mean, I think that we're a pretty tight group here in North Carolina, and some of us are tighter than others as far as like me and Crack and our teams are real tight and Venom. Like yeah, man. I think I'm all down for that. Like no one should be left out. Like if there's only one guy from Killbox. I don't want to see that motherfucker over there by himself. If there's like 10 PBS and 10 Venom or some shit and Hogs going to a game, like come on, man, you part of the crew too.
So here's my question. Why can't we all just sit down? Like, no, I'm not saying we as me because I don't have anybody behind me anymore. But why?
Well, I mean, no, but look, but you are part of a team now, and this is what I'm trying to get to you. Is now I know you've team hopped around.
Yeah.
Well, now, if you're down for Rebel Force Pirates, that's great. Then make them relevant. Give them more involved. I'm not going to talk shit about RFP, but they haven't been as relevant here recently.
Nope. I agree with that. I agree with that. But my thing is though.
If they're trying to get more recent and more relevant, then that's great.
What?
But be a good representation of them. Like, you should want to rock their shit.
Here's my question. Why can't we all just like, not everybody in North Carolina needs to get together in a meeting, but like, why can't we like get some people that can get people to go to stuff, sit down in a meeting, and hash out what we need to do to like make everybody go to a game. Well, not make everybody go. Get a good like take my vision, take my vision, take Ryan's vision, take somebody's vision in the middle, and combine that till it makes sense to where we all just go to a game and we just fuck shit up as North Carolina team. Like,
because I'm the only level-headed one that knows that won't work.
You aren't level fucking headed. There's a way to make it work for at least one game.
I keep telling Hitman that shit will never work because now it's gonna have to be a select group. Now you can get it to work if it's a select group, but you can't get all of North Carolina.
No.
This has been talked before about let's start a committee in North Carolina, producers, field owners, team captains, and let's try to get on the same page. It ain't never gonna work because you can't get everybody on that page.
Well, my thing is like leave the field owners out of it, leave the producers out of it. It's more like.
Well, I mean, I was talking about something different.
I agree, but my thing is like.
But you're still not going to get all the team owners. You're not going to get smaller teams.
Well, my thing is like, let's not worry about getting all the North Carolina teams, but like the ones that are like minded, the ones that want to do something, and just.
The ones that are more active. I get that.
And try to.
You might have a better chance of doing that.
And just say, hey, you know what? Hey, this is what my team is going to this game next year. How about you guys come with us next year? We all combine together, play for the same side. We'll all camp together. We'll all do this thing together, and we'll like be a community on our own. I think that could be something that could be done.
We do that. It's called Folder Gap.
Folder Gap's in North Carolina. We are all North Carolina, damn it.
Well, I mean, every time Hitman gives me this fucking spiel on that shit, I told him that you ain't never gonna get me on board until you get cracking on board.
Yeah, he told me that the other day too.
Yeah, so that's how I'll keep telling you until y'all get cracking on board.
It would have to be a decision that would make sense for everybody. Like it would have to be like it's not something like you can sit down tomorrow and have it done the next day. It would be something that like. Say plan for a future game next year. That'd be how it would have to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could probably work it out and have it done by a super game if we choose. Like I ain't gonna say I'm the one, but me and my guys started talking about it first, and I reached out and said something to Kraken. I reached out and said something to Hitman. Hitman's totally down for fucking going. I told him to work. If we can work a deal with the producer, I told him to handle that. So I mean, you can do it just as soon as super game as a test, as a test run per se. But you're just not always going to get all the teams on board.
Oh no,
I understand,
not.
and I'm okay with that. And that's just like when I recruit for games, man. You know what? I've got a small pool of motherfuckers that I recruit first before anybody else.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying is like even if like. Three, 4 teams in North Carolina decide to go together, and we all travel together, and we get there together and play together, and there's like another North Carolina team somewhere. It's still going to look good because the community came together. Like 4 out of 5 teams are all together playing for the same side.
Yeah,
like, that's my thing.
I mean, I'll still reach out to the small teams, but obviously I'm going to go for my ace in the hole team.
That's the way it should be. That's why every year Warsaw outnumbers fucking NATO every year because the Warsaw Commanders are more in touch with the community. They know who brings what numbers. They know who to recruit. NATO on the other hand, NATO's like, well, shit. I play once a year, and every year I play Warsaw. I play Folder Gap, and this team when I started playing was good back in the day.
Well, look, people need to remember. But Warsaw was getting our ass kicked for numerous years, okay? Yeah, just so recently, Warsaw's been kicking some ass.
Yeah.
Okay? Due to command, okay? When Mamba took over, he came back. First year Mamba lost. Second year Mamba won. Then he took a hiatus and just played. Then he came back and saved us that one year and had a tie, which we really should have won.
Yeah.
And then he came back and we won. And then, of course, Archangel won last year. But, I mean, look, the Folder Gap can go either way. Oh. And it's really on the players. I don't really. It doesn't matter who the fuck the general is. I say that, but it's all about the players. If you don't have enough players, then you're fucked. Okay. And then B, if you have enough players and they just don't give a fuck, then you're fucked.
I think it's more like I think it's more on them unit commanders. I think unit commanders are the reason why Warsaw outnumbers NATO every year. Because the unit commanders for NATO are not as in touch with the community as the Warsaw ones.
Well, I mean, I can't say that because I haven't played for NATO.
Yeah.
But like, I've been Warsaw unit commander for 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
Straight. But like I said, I've always recruited for my team.
Yeah. Hey, give me a second. Hold on. I've been drinking too much screwdrivers. I'm gonna take a leak real fast. Just give me like 2 minutes.
Guys, I've been pissing outside, dude.
I wish I was outside.
We'll go sit down and pave like a Mormon. I do it all the time. So listen up, y'all. Instead of Ben giving y'all dead air, so he's in there taking a leak. I'm trying to continue the conversation. You don't want to have dead air. It's still going to be listening to shit. So I was there rambling about dead air. But anyway, fold the gap. Everybody needs to come, whoever is listening, when you hear this, Warsaw. Come to Warsaw. Come have fun. My unit will be full, so I'm sorry. I'm the 172nd this year. So if you get in early, $50 registration in July, register. If not, just pick any unit in Warsaw. You'll have all the dope ass local teams, PBS, Venom, Bush Hogs, Killbox, Rebel Force Pirates, hopefully. Who else? Bloodhounds, LAPD, FSB. Can't forget about them. And all those 40 guys. I don't know, none other teams swap monkeys is one. It's like a kids team or some shit.
Yeah, I don't.
I was just rambling instead of giving them dead air.
Yeah, I appreciate that because like normally I try to save that till the end, but damn, these things fucking hit me. Like,
yeah, man, I've been drinking too, man. I'm outside on the porch in a rocking chair, so I've just been pissing on the side of the house.
Well, see, I got a YouTube video going, so like I can't really go outside right now. It's like because for some reason, even though it's just me in a room drinking, because like it's straight from like the whole podcast like on YouTube is me drinking, but like until I get until I figure out how to like do a video conference with people.
So see, I'm glad you didn't do that because I've been sitting there drinking the whole time too and smoking. So
it's just the way it is. Like so,
my side.
But like some people like a lot of people rather like watch the video than listen to audio, which is weird for me because like I'd rather hear me than look at me. So it's weird.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I watched that video. I didn't watch the first one of Sauce. I'll admit.
Yeah.
But I watched the one of Savage, and yeah, I don't like looking at you for that long, dog.
See, the thing is, like, I'm pretty, but like, I'm not man pretty. But like, I want to get Savage back on the podcast because like, these podcasts have gotten a little better. I think as time has gone by, like this is only like number 5, but I think number 5 and number 4 and 3 are better than the first 2. So we only gave like Savage only got like 30 minutes to talk or whatever, but he's quiet anyway. But.
Well, listen, if we tag all the people that I named, like Hitman and Jimmy and Kraken, it'll fucking, Savage, and we'll share it more.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? We tag all of them.
Hitman.
So you need to make sure you do that.
Hitman hates me because I called him ugly that one podcast, and I did it again this time. So he hates me because he's ugly. But
well, I'll talk to him. I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna talk to him. I think you need to have him on air so other people can hear his bullshit perspective.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like I wasn't even thinking about doing a podcast, and like I got told knee surgery coming up, and like the Bill was talking to me. He's like, when are you doing a podcast? I'm like, I'm not. He's like, you should. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do one. Like if the Bill says do something, I'm gonna do it because that old man knows what the fuck he's talking about. So whenever it came down to this, I was like, well, who am I going to do a podcast with? And it's like, the only people I want to do a podcast with are people I want to do a podcast with. Like you for instance, you do a lot for the community. You do a lot for charity. You run this big ass team. You're a producer of games, but you don't get the exposure that somebody from a different state would get. That would I produced one game and now I'm all over the internet. And you're somebody that needs to be spotlighted on this thing. Mark needs to be spotlighted. Mark's first game as a general, and Mark's a great dude. Rob's a great dude too. They both need to have somebody sitting there and at least getting their names out. Here's a couple guys that have been busting their ass playing paintball, get the recognition they need to finally being asked to general in games is a big thing. And these two guys are asked to general in games, so somebody needs to highlight that a little bit. Hudson's 12 years old, and he's kind of he's older now, dude.
He looks 12.
He does look 12.
Was he 24?
I think he's 25. He's 24, 25. And he started his own speedball team. He's one of the guys that needs to be highlighted. Matt Sauceman, I'm in love with Matt Sauceman, so he's gonna be on the show. And I've got questions for him about he's a GI rep, and unlike some of these other companies, they can actually make specific paint for an event. So say for instance, if you did Walking Dead 2021 and you were able to get GI paint, he can make you paint specific for that game. And
well, first off, trust me, Command Decision is already, and here's a little FYI, I'm probably spilling beans. But Command Decision is a GI rep now.
That's awesome.
Pete and Tyler had a talk. They met with Sauceman at NXL, yada yada. There is a chance that if Command gets back and open, that we could shoot some GI paint this year. We will not shoot it at Folder Gap. We're still shooting Falcon. Just like they tried the Pro Shard thing. You know what I'm saying? They tried. So there might be a chance we do proof GI. But Sauceman, I ain't got no problem with Sauceman, man. Damn, I lost my train of thought. It's the weed, man.
What?
No, I mean, I think, that's good that you're doing some other people, but I think, Sauceman's kind of well known. Now,
oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's well known. But to put a spotlight on some other people, like a Hitman, I mean, yeah, he's kind of known around the neighborhood,
Yeah, he's known
around
here.
this area, but Jimmy from Killbox, other guys, I know, I get what you're trying to do, and it's really weird from you trying to do it. I know. See why you're fucking bored as hell.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
You pissed a lot of people off.
I'm not that big. I'm not that big of an asshole, so I speak my mind a lot, so yeah.
You yell at people, bro.
I don't yell at people. Why is everybody?
You're borderline John Wilson. Okay. You're John Wilson.
Every damn podcast except for Hudson's, somebody says something about me yelling at people. I don't like it. No, it's just.
I know that's why I brought it up.
Well, there's a need in the community to get spotlight on some people. Let's say Jimmy. I want to have Jimmy. I want to have Kraken. Hitman. If he wants to come on, he can come on. There needs to be a spotlight on these guys. I'm tired of. I see. Oh, this guy or this girl or whoever is general in this game because they're so amazing. Well, why can't any of our people general a game out of state? Flip was an XO out of state from Florida. That's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, now I don't know how your feelings are on me interrupt you, but Maria is, and I know you got however you feel about FSP. I don't want to put it out there, but I don't know how you mending bridges, but Maria is general a game. Well, supposed to general a game the same weekend as the PBC game. That's why Jimmy
at Big Indian.
Jimmy's going to that game to support them because they supported vice versa, but whatever. But you know what I'm saying? You still if you don't get along with people, that's fine. But FSP, they are still a good team in our community. They do bring a tank to games. They've got a few players. I mean, I'm not gonna hype them up that big.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. But you can't hate on everybody. At least she is out there trying to do something.
I was the one that got her to that suggested her to be the general for PBC game.
Oh, I know. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna shit on you because I know.
No.
Yeah, we fought together.
Like
to get her that win.
I may like have my opinions about people, but like, I'm still gonna support people. Like even if I hate somebody's team, I'm still gonna support people on it. Like I'm friends with people on FSP. Like they don't like me for some reason, but hey, whatever. Like they thought they thought I stole they thought I stole Logic and Garrett, and in all reality I didn't. The Logic came to me. Garrett. The reason why Garrett joined BTA is he was minding his own damn business, and when Logic told him, "Hey, I'm not gonna be on the team anymore. I'm joining with Ben," Garrett got messages from his team. I guess you're leaving fucking next now, aren't you? And Garrett kind of got insulted and like, okay, cool, I'm leaving. Like Garrett's hard headed as shit too. So when you sit there and like, he's not thinking about leaving. But you fucking come at him like saying the wrong words. He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave because you came and said something. So when those two guys joined my team, they got the feeling that I stole people. I never did. Like, I don't steal people. Like I've never stolen a player from any team. Like my team was, hell, Hudson was on my team. He wasn't on the team. The East Lab wasn't on the team. Yeah. It's just those two people.
Well, no, Hudson was part of Star, but yeah.
But Star fell apart.
He left.
Yeah. Well, Star fell apart. Like Star wasn't around, so he was like, "Oh, I need a team." So like, come on, join us. Like we know you, we like it. We'll be a bunch of rejects together. But I
remember when Garrett quit the team, man. I remember when he joined, man. His dad. It was funny, Mike. You know, I talked to Mike. He called me. It was like, yeah, man, Garrett's trying to get paintball, yada. Or he's in paintball, he's doing speedball, but he wants to join the scenario team. I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe he get down with you guys. I was like, yeah. So Garrett got down there for a while, and this might have been, I don't know if he quit before you and Kenny did, or after.
I think he quit way after.
I think it was after.
Yeah, I think it was after.
Yeah. But he tried to sit there and say, yeah, man, FSP is better. My dad's team is better than your fucking team or some shit. And then Tyler chimed in and said, do what, motherfucker?
Yeah.
And that's how Garrett quit. Tyler was like, motherfucker, if you think they're better than us, you just go ahead and quit this motherfucker now. But, you know, I mean, that's all bullshit. You know, I mean, it's just.
There was a.
I still love Garrett. I wish you and Garrett would work shit out.
I
ain't seen that motherfucker in a long time.
There was a time a couple of years ago where like the community was like everybody just didn't like each other. Like it was like I'd say 2 years ago everybody in the community pretty much hated each other. But now it's gotten a lot better. Like everybody likes each other. And
yeah, I know. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I used to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like when me and Green Man and Woods and John Wilson. Yeah, I mean, me and John Wilson. I love John Wilson. I mean, I know he's a hard ass ex-military, ex-cop. He's retired now. I know that alpha male mentality. And you know, I talk shit about John and Kathy.
Whoa, you talk shit about Kathy? Kathy's amazing.
But Kathy's a good woman.
I love her.
And they love the sport like we do.
Yeah, like you can't hate John because Kathy is so fucking great. So it equals out. Like it's like he's the loudmouth. Like I'm gonna say he's an asshole because that's the way he is. Like he talks roughly to people, but she's amazing. So they equal each other out.
Dude, you ought to see John Wilson play fucking airsoft, dude. I went airsoft when I had to ref Baghdad.
Yeah.
Not Baghdad. Their airsoft game they had. King of Hamburger Hill, my boy Justin.
Yeah.
Frankenstein was the general, and he won again 2 years in a row. But anyways, I went and ref that, and Kathy was AT for both teams. She switched sides or whatever, and John was playing, and that motherfucker just talking shit to them kids, boy. But you know what I'm saying? Like you get into it with people at times. But like I know John and Kathy's good people, and we had our dispute, and we've mended them bridges. As long as you can mend those bridges and keep them in, you know, you're gonna have good people around you that'll support you.
John. Like I haven't had a lot of interaction with him, but like me and him aren't on bad terms or anything. He's just intense. Like he is one of the alpha males, and he has to show you his alpha male. He's just an intense person. Like he cares about what he's doing. Like you care about what you're doing. But like you take a different way than he does, and he rubs people wrong. Like he rubs people wrong a lot. But he's still, like I said, I still like John. Like John, he's intense. but he just he cares about what he's doing. He just has his own way about caring.
He's definitely a good guy to have on your side if you're a general.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he gets shit done. But, yeah, I mean, and we're all like that a little bit. I've seen you in action. Obviously, you're General Walking Dead, and played against you at Fallout, and played with you at the PBC game. So I know how you are and how you bitch and yell at people. I mean, we're all. When that side comes out, and when that side has to come out of you, it comes out.
Well, see,
and it's in all of us.
My thing is though, like, when I'm a general, it's a different story. But like when I'm an XO for like somebody, I don't want them to lose, and it kind of like eats at me a little bit, so I get a little more intense with that. Like I don't want to be the reason why my friend lost the game, and it kind of fucks me up a little bit. So when I XO games, like I don't think there's been a single X game that I've XO'd that I haven't puked at. Like I get nervous. It gets real intense for me. Like I'm like, I don't want Flip losing the game. I don't want Connor losing the game. I don't want Garrett losing the game. So I'm gonna do what I can to like not have that happen. So yeah, I may yell at people during those games. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. I'll probably yell at people for it. It just
your job in 2021. If I get to be General Folder Gap, whichever side, I'm gonna make you unit commander.
Oh good lord. So yeah.
But if not unit commander, I'll make you parking lot warrior. And you go around and get all the motherfuckers scrambled up and get them on the field. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend parking lot commander to Jason Goad. He is. Oh, Goad. Well, I need you to get him up and get him going.
There ain't nothing getting his ass up and going. Damn it! I play with Goad a lot. Like Goad's like he'll get out to the field when he gets out to the field. But yeah, like I said, there's a way more intensity for me. Like when somebody hands you a radio and says you're my unit commander or you're my XO, it's way more intense than being a general. Because me, I'm 0-2 as a general, and if I lose, it's on me. Like I'm losing general, and I blame everything on me. Like the reason why I lost Fallout, my fault. The reason why I lost Walking Dead, my fault.
No, the reason why you lost both of those games because you were just fucking overpowered.
It's still my fault. Like, it was my fault.
But it's not all on the general because now it just depends on big games or small games. Like Walking Dead. Okay, you could have subbed it out and had like slash unit commanders or give the team captains objectives or jobs or what. Okay.
Yeah.
But like Folder Gap, it's not all on the general. Like the general picks. It is, but it ain't. But the general picks unit commanders.
Oh yeah.
So once the general picks me, it's on me to get 100 people registered.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's on me to get them on the goddamn field.
Yeah.
It's on me to relay the information on what we're doing and where we're going. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's why like
it's not always on the general, depending on the game.
That's why at Folder Gap, like when people ask why certain things happen at Folder Gap, I'm like, it's unit commanders. Plain and simple. Any reason why the game was decided on anything, unit commanders. And like I say, you do a good job of recruiting. Some people don't. And like I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. If you look at NATO's unit commanders for the last few years, I can't tell you who half those people are. Like,
not good neither.
Like a lot of those guys only play 1 year. They play one game a year. But if you go to the website and you look at Warsaw's commanders, there's you, there's Ryan, there's all these other people.
Well, Ryan ain't never been a unit commander yet. Ryan's only been a unit commander for 1 year, and that was that. That was when he played for NATO. First year, Venom came to Folder Gap. They played for Warsaw, but they were stuck in the woods up their hills because our unit was capped out. Second year, they went to NATO and was Special Forces and had a horrible time, they said, and that's when we had the tie.
Yeah.
Third year, they played for NATO and got their ass whooped. Then last year, they can't play for us. But well, I'm not going to try to correct you, but like Warsaw is no different than NATO. Like I am the only regular Warsaw unit commander.
Yeah.
Every other Warsaw unit commander has been, it changes. It might be the same dude for 2 years, like Archangel. He was the unit commander 2 years in a row for paintball shit.
Yeah.
No secret, it doesn't matter. But we've got some new unit commanders in place. But I mean, I don't really think. I mean, it does come down to unit commanders, yes, but it doesn't matter. I don't really think it matters if you're local or a traveler, because Dizzy showed up last year, yes, as an XO, but on his recommendation, he recommended certain unit commanders for Florida. That was, yes, they were bringing Florida, and yes, the Florida ballers would go here and play. So yeah, I mean, it still comes down to the unit commanders more so than the generals. Yeah. I mean, the generals have to pick the right people, but the unit commanders still have to do their job and get people to the game.
Yeah, if I was a general at Fulda Gap, my first two choices for my side would be you and Ryan, because you're at Fulda Gap every year, you know the field, and you have local teams that are going to show up. Because more than likely, like, there's going to be more local teams show up than out-of-state teams, just because it's easier for us to get here than they are. So that.
Well, but if you think like that, and that's kind of the way I think. But if you on a scale of North Carolina ballers, or like I said, I won't even say North Carolina because it's north, south. Obviously, we got some people from West Virginia. Our eastern coast, per se, region, whatever. Falcon says southeast, whatever.
Yeah.
There's probably about 5 to 700, 800 that come from our region, per se. Not just from North Carolina, but north, south, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, maybe even Georgia. About 5 to 700, maybe even 1,000 at Fulda Gap.
Yeah.
And then the rest of that is made up from out-of-towners. But you won't get all those teams all on the same page, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You need to have a little bit of a spread. But Fulda Gap still needs that out-of-town presence. We still need those motherfuckers from Florida.
I know we need them, but like
from New York, whatever. If the Command Bros can bring an extra 100 or 2, 100 ain't gonna make a goddamn difference for NATO. But they need to put, if they did, that's 100 new players. That's great. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, I'm not,
and maybe they'll come back next year.
I'm not discounting anybody from out of state. Like if you come from out of state, that's great. I'm just saying, like, whenever you decide, hey, I'm a general and I'm gonna choose my teams, you should probably like choose the teams that are like from this area that they're definitely gonna show up. Like, I'd rather have a team from Florida that's gonna bring 20 players than let me choose this team from Chicago that's bringing 3. And it's all about who you put in charge of your units. Like this guy that plays, like, for you, if I put you in charge of a unit, I know that you're gonna get the most relevant teams. I know you're going to get teams that are going to like bring multiple people. You're going to bring teams that know the field, that know Fulda Gap. If I bring somebody from, say, Missouri, who's never been to Fulda Gap before, and hey, you're a unit commander, they're out of their element, and they're trying to play catch up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this could be a topic for another day, but I will go ahead and spill the beans, because who knows who's going to listen to this. But I was asked to be XO for the Command Bros. They actually asked me to go to fucking NATO. Can you believe that? I haven't really said that publicly, but that is a goddamn slap in my face. But I said that privately to the people who asked. But I just couldn't get down with that program. Would I ever play for NATO? I shouldn't have to. I played NATO one year. That was the second year. First year we played, I was by myself. I was playing with I was there vendoring we had a paintball store here in Statesville, and we vendored up there that Fulda Gap. And I vendored them half the time and played. Second year we played as PBS together. That was 2009, I believe. My first Fulda Gap was 2008. 2009 as a team, and we had a tank, the Durango, and they made us play They made us play NATO, which we won that year, but then we got recruited for Warsaw. But anyways, I've been Warsaw ever since after that. I shouldn't be asked to go play for NATO.
No.
And help a motherfucker get a win, because if I leave, I can bring some people with me.
Yeah. Like, I think if you join NATO, I would hate to see you wear blue, but I think if you join,
I don't mind wearing blue. I wear blue. It don't matter what game. Colors don't matter.
my thing is, if you join NATO, I think it would break the game to where it was more even. Because if you join NATO, it would switch a lot of shit around. Like the bad elements that are in NATO right now would go away, and you would bring the good units, you bring the good stuff from Warsaw over to NATO. I think it would break the game in a good way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll have to see. It's not gonna happen this year.
No, not this, unless they back out, then whatever.
Yeah. No, they won't back out because they're getting free entries. So I'm sure. See, like they were supposed to play last year.
Yeah.
They promised Bonchik. She was a unit commander last year. I forget what unit, but Bricktop. I guess he's the main guy that likes to do all the generaling and whatnot, and then Energy One, the other guy.
Yeah.
He likes to supposedly be on the field. I'm using air quotes because I don't know. It's from what I heard.
I'll put him up here too.
Okay. Yeah, air quotes up there. So like but they didn't show up at the end.
Yeah.
They had car troubles, whatever, whatnot. I mean, I ragged them on their show. Hitman and I'm assuming it said Venom, but I know it was Hitman probably doing it. But whatever, But if they come, that's great. I mean, I hope they come because I mean, Boulder Gap means a lot to me. Like, don't disrespect my fucking game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I put time and energy. Yeah, I don't produce it, but I worked on that field. You know what I'm saying? I've done field work. I've done stuff for that field to where, like, I love that field. That's my home field.
Yeah.
And that game is the most important game. Like respect it. Learn your fucking history of it. Like they didn't, when they first started talking about it, when all this shit came out, back in January or whatever it was, December, I don't know, when it first hit before it was supposed to hit.
Yeah.
When they got leaked, they disrespected, like, fuck NATO. They said, fuck NATO players. If you don't want to play for us, go play for Warsaw. Like, whoa. I don't want your fucking guys to come play for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Like, you're pissing the people that might play for you off. I mean, Jim Ross, the NATO general, is playing for Warsaw this year.
Yeah, I've heard.
His team is playing for Warsaw.
I've heard a lot of the unit commanders switch over to Warsaw.
Yeah, well, now there's some staying because I tried to get old Ryan Zingler. We'll have to tag his ass, but he's basically a nobody. But anyways, we're tagging him. I don't care if he hears it. But, he put a vote to the team. They decided to stay NATO. Like, we're going to fuck you up again. But anyways, it is what it is. But I can't play for somebody that disrespects my game.
No.
That doesn't know the history of the game. Well, I mean, I talked to Bricktop personally. He messaged me, and then he sent a number, and we talked, like me and you are now. And I said, well, I gave him the spiel, how I felt. But no, I can't do that, man. I got too much love for that game. For it to see.
I'm hoping, in all reality, I hope that people do come play for them. I know a lot of North Carolina teams probably won't, but I hope people do come play for them, and I hope that they actually step on the field because we played against them in one of the Bones and Ashes or something like a couple years ago, and they weren't on the field much.
That was last year. Yeah, you played last year. Did you play for them or did you play for the other side? That was Bones and Ashes last year.
Played against them because they had that video come out that I didn't like. We were asked to play for them, and I was like, fuck no. Yeah. I was like, after you send out a video basically saying you don't know me, but I'm racist, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to go fuck off. But I played against them. Like I saw one of their guys on the field one time, but the rest of the time they were there in the parking lot. And if they do that at Folder Gap, they're going to lose. But if they actually want to come out and get on the field and play, then I'll give them what respect they earn. But I don't see it happening. But I hope it does happen. I hope they're on the field and play.
Well, the biggest thing I can say, if anybody who's listening to this shit, when they do listen to it, is register for Folder Gap ASAP. Because when that registration opens, I assume and I expect Warsaw and most units, I know my unit, whether you want to play for me or not, or whether I recruited you or not, register for $50. It's the cheapest you can get in that game. Because I got a good, strong feeling that Warsaw will cap out first. A lot of the units will cap out first. They're going to shut the shit down. and they'll force players to go to NATO.
Yep.
That couldn't always. People need to realize that. Like this is, if the game got canceled because of because of the Rona, by then I doubt it, but you'll get your money back.
Yeah.
Right now it's $50. When it opens in July or June, whenever it is, early registration, $50. Jump on it. Get your registration in.
Yeah, I don't see it getting canceled. I think the Rona will be over with by then, hopefully. But
I hope so too. I hope just this warm weather will hopefully, help it a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like if you want to play Warsaw, jump on that shit. Like if you can't find, if your unit's full, jump on whatever you can find because it's going to be rough. Like from what I'm hearing right now, everybody wants to play Warsaw, except for Voodoo Kings. Voodoo Kings won't play NATO because they're underdogs.
Well, the Voodoo Kings to play wherever Matt Sauceman. I mean, not Matt Sauceman, but where Sauceman and Mustard are good buddies.
Yeah.
So Mustard said last year at Folder Gap when he was doing the awards, and Mustard likes to go up there and talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That they were playing for NATO next year, so obviously that's where Voodoo Kings is going to play.
Yep. That's the whole game plan right now. But hopefully I can convince them before then to switch over. But like I say, it's just I don't see NATO capping out this year at all. Like not at all. It's
no, I don't either. They'll have a few small units, maybe. I know they got a couple. I mean, he listed the shit, and there wasn't hardly nobody listed on. He's got a couple no names, but he's got a couple semi-name, like that teddy bear guy.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I ain't never really seen him. I ain't never been to a game where he's played.
I've seen him on Facebook, but I don't know who the hell he is. But it's just,
yeah, like I hope you can bring 200 people, homie.
Well, you guys better.
At least 60 or 70 to fill your unit.
You guys better start doing some YouTube videos and shit. Fuck yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Regardless, Warsaw right now, 172nd. We're gonna cap out. We're gonna fuck some shit up. That's how we're gonna do it.
Fuck yeah, you're gonna cap out early. Rambo's gonna come out and play for you.
Who? Oh yeah, the other Rambo.
The other Rambo. Like what's his name? Carl Morley.
Yeah, Carl Morley. Yeah, man, he hit me on not too long ago. Said I have to send you the text message. I swear that's on his drinks because he can't text for shit.
Like I know he didn't play last year, did he?
Yeah, he played last year because he tried to get a radio frequency with us. And he's like, shut that shit down. You ain't getting no calls with us.
Tell that little motherfucker. You tell the little guy right now. Grab his gun, point it forward, and keep moving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen that dude. We played Contian. The first time I met him was Contian several years ago at Command. It was a 2-day game. And he kept calling me Commander. I was playing, I think we were either Werewolf was the general that year or Tyler Mule was the general. And he kept calling me Commander. And I told him to go do some shit. He would go do it, recon, whatever. And I told him to go throw the smoke bomb. And he tripped and fell and rolled and did a backflip and everything. It was funny as hell. We were all laughing. That son bitch got up, hauled out, and brought me the smoke bomb.
Damn.
I said, God damn, you could have threw that motherfucker while you was tripping and falling. But yeah, man, I'm sure he'll be back, man. Good dude, good kid.
Oh yeah. So that's another guy. Nobody knows who the hell he is, but except for people in a certain circle.
Yeah, well, he's part of another team. He's only PBS when he comes around, and even then, iffy.
See, like the people I kind of want to have on the show, like you, Ryan, Kraken, Jimmy, and like people like Fireball, who Fireball's an idiot, but he does whatever the fuck you ask him to, and he does it like 110% intensity. Like you're like, hey Fireball, I need you to drop your pack, drop your gun, and run and hit that flag because we need it. He's like, okay. Like I know. We did Bones and Ashes one year. I'm like, Fireball, dude, I need you to take that flag. He's like, hold my shit. So I'm sitting there. I got my gun in my right hand, his gun in my left hand. I'm trying to cover his ass while he's hitting slapsticks.
Oh
yeah. I love Fireball. Like he's intense. Oh shit. So it's been 2 hours apparently, and the audio's gone. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day then, since audio is definitely out here. I know it ends in 2 hours. Hopefully, we'll have Jason on again one day soon.